Hi everyone, I'm attorney Aiden Durham with 180 Law Co. in Colorado. Welcome back to All Up in Your Business, where today we're going to talk about using your home address when you form an LLC. But first, if you are new to All Up in Your Business, welcome. We're happy to have you. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. You can click that little bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video, and check the description for links to additional information and resources. And while I am a lawyer, I'm not your lawyer. The stuff I talk about in all of my videos should not be taken as a substitute for actual legal advice. If you need help with any legal matter, you should consult with a lawyer who's licensed in your state. Let's get right to the main big question. Can I use my home address for my LLC? The answer, legally speaking, yes, there's nothing wrong with using your home address for your LLC or for your business. There are a lot of advantages of working from home and using your home address for your business. Probably the biggest advantage, it's easy and it doesn't cost anything. If you already have a home address, you don't have to go through any extra steps to get some other address. You don't have to pay anything extra for some other address. You've already got it. You also don't have to commit to any big office lease or anything, or make any other financial commitments. You get some tax deductions for having a home office. That's nice. And probably my favorite part of working from home, at least, is the flexibility and comfort. You don't have to go anywhere to start your day or to do your work, and depending on the nature of your work, you don't have to get dressed, put on a suit, do anything. You can stay in your jammies if you want to. That's what I do. But there are some disadvantages and some reasons you may not want to use your home address when you're starting an LLC or otherwise for your business. You may instead want to consider some alternatives, like our friends over at Alliance Virtual Offices. Alliance is on a mission to help modern businesses scale faster. They have over 1,200 locations worldwide and offer a lot of flexible workplace solutions. And it's a great option for remote companies and home-based professionals. They've even got a 4.4-star rating on Trustpilot, so you know they're doing something right. Alliance doesn't just stop at virtual offices though. You can also take advantage of their virtual phone numbers and even their live receptionist service. And there are options for meeting spaces and co-working spaces if you need a quiet place to do your work or meet with your clients. And I've got a really special deal for you guys right now. If you use my affiliate link down in the description, you can save 50% on the setup fee for a new virtual office by using the promo code GO180LawCo at checkout. 50% on the setup fee for a new virtual office. Use that promo code GO180LawCo at checkout. Thank you to Alliance Virtual Offices. So getting back to home office and using our home address, what are some of the disadvantages of doing so? Why may we not want to do that? First, probably the biggest one is privacy and security issues. If you're using your home address to form your LLC, those documents, the articles of organization where your home address is going to appear, those are publicly available. So now your home address is publicly available. Same goes for if you're using your home address as your registered agent address as well. You may also have to use it on marketing and advertising materials, on your letterhead, your business cards, all that kind of stuff. People are going to be able to find out your home address. Maybe you don't care, but maybe you do. This is probably going to result in a lot of junk mail going to your house, but who doesn't already get junk mail? But it could also end up in unwanted visitors, salespeople, maybe disgruntled customers, who knows? There are a lot of reasons you wouldn't want your address to be publicly available and out there. There's also maybe a small, teeny tiny risk of piercing the corporate veil if you're using your home address for your business. The corporate veil is what separates you personally from the legal and financial liabilities of the company. And we have to keep our personal finances and activities separate from those of our business. We want to avoid commingling of assets of our own and our business. That's what puts at risk the protection that we get from that corporate veil. Having personal bills and business bills or mail sent to the same place, to your home address, that in itself isn't a problem. That's not going to put you in any risk. You still want to make sure your personal bills are being paid from your personal funds. Your business bills are being paid from your business funds, keeping everything separate. But there is potentially a world in which, it's easier to commingle some of your assets. So if you're like really sloppy with it, that could potentially be a factor if piercing the corporate veil ever becomes an issue. You may also have to deal with zoning issues or lease or HOA issues. There could be some local regulations that might prohibit you from operating a business in your home. Or your lease might have some clause that says you're not allowed to operate your business from your home. Same with the HOA. The HOA might have some rules against it. Could be that you just outright can't run a business from your home. Could be though that, you can do it, but you can't have customers coming to your home. You can't put up signage outside your home, or maybe some limits on how many employees you might be able to have working in your home. So you're going to want to be aware of those potential issues, read through your lease or your HOA rules, make sure you're not going to have any problems with that. And finally, some people think it's not particularly professional to have your home address as your business address. I hope that people aren't quite so judgmental. We all know, people work from home. I don't think it's that big of a deal anymore, but there is some aspect of professionalism and wanting to have a nice professional business address. So in those cases, we want to consider some alternatives to using our home address. We could maybe get a P.O. box. That's pretty easy usually and pretty cost effective. We can't always use a P.O. box though for our business address when we're forming an LLC or a corporation. We definitely can't use the P.O. box as the registered agent address either. So in that case, even if you can use the P.O. box for your business address, you're still going to need some alternative options for a registered agent, like a registered agent service. Or you could get a private mailbox like with a UPS. This is different from a P.O. box because it's like a physical street address, but it's still like a little box at a UPS. And you still may not be able to use that for your business address, and you still definitely can't use that for your registered agent address. A step up from that might be a virtual office, like what you can get through Alliance virtual offices. You've got an actual physical street address, but it's not a street address that goes to like a UPS. It's something that is dedicated for your business and other businesses. There's a receptionist there who's going to greet customers if you have customers coming in. You might also have access to things like meeting spaces, private desks, and other co-working options. I suppose you could make a deal with somebody and just use somebody else's office as their address. If you've got a buddy who's got their own office, maybe pay them a few bucks a month and they'll let you use their address instead. That's sure an option as well. And then of course, step up from there would be getting an actual office, signing a lease, signing some agreement for a co-working space, getting your actual own office space. So when it comes to working from home and using your home address for your business, you can do it. Aside from zoning, HOA, lease issues, there's no legal reason why you can't use your home address for your LLC or for your business. But of course, there are a lot of reasons why you may not want to, and you may want to consider some alternative options instead, like Alliance virtual offices. And make sure if you do want to check out Alliance, you can use my affiliate code down in the description and that promo code GO180LawCo at checkout to save 50% on the setup fee for a new virtual office. If you learned a thing or two in this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that little bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video. We talked a lot about forming an LLC in this video. You might be looking for more information, wondering more about how to go about forming an LLC. I've got an entire video all about that. You can check it out right here, and I will meet you over there. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aiden Durham, and I'll see you next time. Hi. Oh, big stretch. Wow.